Great to be here.
Thank you.
Thanks for the invite. Yeah, I'm going to really quickly go through everything that I know about customer experience and how you should do it for 5 million Finnish people. Just a few words of myself. My name is Jaakko Lempinen. I've been working at Yle for the last 4.5 years. Before that, I've been working in media industry for the last 16 years. So I think this is quite, at least I'm quite confident and familiar how to create best possible, at least from my opinion, best possible customer experience in a media environment. Today I'm gonna talk to you mostly about Areena, which is our streaming service, which is really popular here in Finland at the moment. Actually, we might be the only country in the world at the moment where the local streaming service is more popular than Netflix. Netflix is most popular in everywhere else in the world, but in Finland it's Areena. And actually Areena is so I think it's in so good position at the moment that it used to won the most valued digital brand award so many times that this year they changed its category to the general brand category, and in there Areena was awarded as the second most valued brand in Finland. So I think that this is quite good product at the moment what we have and what we have been developing for quite many years now. So we have quite a lot of experiences on how to work in a digital and also in the streaming environment. But also what I'm doing at the Yle, what does customer experience mean at Yle? For me, I have 3 different teams that are working around strategic design, analytics, customer insights, and future of media experience. So what we are doing at the moment, we are looking all the way from where Finns are going at the moment, what are the things that are affecting to Finns on how they want to use media, how they are using Yle services at the moment, and what are the expectations that they have for our services at the moment. And we kind of have drafted our mission to be so that our mission is to help customers find content worth of their time. That meaning we are assisting them on navigating in the world of content, which is quite broad at the moment, and we try to help them to find content that actually is some way valuable for them. So it's not just something that's on the internet, but it's kind of, there should be some kind of value for the customers themselves. This is one tool that we are using at the moment, which is related to the kind of drivers of change, and we are looking obviously from the customer's perspective this. So what are the drivers of change for the customer experience at the moment in our media business environment? So these are kind of the things what we are mostly focusing when we look forward, when we look for the future, when we look the things are going to happen in, or most likely might happen in the future in the media industry. So what's going to happen, and these are the things what we are all the time following at the moment in the environment or the ecosystem, media ecosystem. So one is ubiquitous media, then there is audiences turning into active participants. We have constantly evolving culture, and then there is, I think this is most familiar, the attention economy, which is the competition is going all the time tougher and tougher because the globalism in media industry is getting so big, and it's affecting to everyone here in Finland at the moment, especially in the algorithms and disinformation part, so that we really need to consider our position in the market and what we really want to kind of accomplish. What is the thing what we are actually trying to do as a media company? So that's a really important question to us at the moment. But there are still really good questions. For example, if we think about the interaction part, I think this has been really hot topic for media companies for the last like 20-25 years since we turned from broadcasting to media. what does the interaction mean between customers and media companies. And it's not just like, we put some content in and then someone comments something and then there's some kind of discussion, but actually means like the deep interaction is how can I kind of like have an effect on media company just behaving some way in or some typical way. And that kind of like, then I understand that how media changes back, or how the experience changes back, that how media is behaving or towards me. But yeah, that was the tool kind of looking for the future. If we now look more closer to the near future, one big issue for us is kind of like living room becoming the next mobile. In media industry, mobile used to be the thing that everybody was like, yeah, it's mobile, it's mobile, it's mobile. Now we're talking more really focused on the smart TV part. Just to give you some numbers, mobile is still growing, still really rapidly growing. But smart TV and the whole living room experience, it's growing even faster. And it's kind of like, if you want to use the hockey stick metaphor here, that's something what's happening in the industry. So we're really focused at the moment, like what's happening, not necessarily what's happening inside the living room, but we're mostly interested in what happens in the media experience in the living room. So especially in the smart TV part. Also because the TVs are turning from kind of just showing some kind of video image from it to some kind of environment, entertainment environment, where actually I think Spotify is at the moment top 10 most downloaded app in smart TV environment. So that gives you kind of like an idea that TVs are used also to listen to music or podcasts and so forth. And how should you try to design, how should you drive creative culture or creative process with the customer experience in your mind? And this is kind of one way how we're operating at the moment. So we start with the idea. We should always have good ideas. And by ideas, I don't mean like good products. I think products are something that you have when you have a problem. Ideas are something that should be driving your thinking, that what kind of product should we have. When you have idea in bigger companies, when you're creating a customer experience, especially in our company, it goes to the internal selling. Within bigger companies, I think this is the most really, really important part, what we're doing, that people understand what customer experience mean, how should we be affecting to it, how should we monitor it, what kind of metrics should we have, and so forth. Why are we doing stuff? Implementation, how does things actually go into processes? How do we change some processes within our company? Really important question. And then we should always have time to reconsider whether it's our products or whether it's our ideas that we should be reconsidering, because I think more and more we are seeing things that there are only like products going into production, and we are always solving problems. We have more problems that we are solving at the moment. But then again, we have to ask in a bigger picture, what is the thing, what is the idea, what we're trying to build in digital environment? And that's kind of the thing what I'm going to be talking about more, because this is my motto: if you can do it, someone else can do it better. And that's kind of like, especially in the streaming service, really important thinking, that if we now look to our our friendly competitors like Netflix, for example, if they are doing some cool things, we shouldn't be thinking that no, we can't do that. We should be thinking like, okay, how could we do that even better? And that's kind of like the mental stage that we should have always. So I'm going to talk to you through one of our development timelines. So we had this idea. We had this idea that creativity is human, efficiency is computational. And that's really idea that we should always be thinking that, okay, what does this mean? What kind of like effects does this idea have to our operations at the moment? this is one of our processes what we have. It's called, I think many companies have this issue going like A/B testing. So we have some elements, then we have some kind of like a decision jury somewhere who decides which is the best kind of like solution for all the users in the internet. So then we had an idea that maybe we should, if we think the idea that creativity is human, efficiency is computational, maybe we should put humans create better elements and let AI do the hardest part, which is the calculating what is the best solution for all the customers. Internal selling went so that like in every process, in every project that we have to go and talk with different teams. And all the teams that we talked with said that that's the most stupid idea that we have, don't do it. And then we obviously we did it. And what we did was that we went to internet and searched for what has Netflix done, and Netflix had done artwork personalization, and we said, okay, we're going to do this better. And it basically means that we can take any of the pictures what we have an Arena, and then we can personalize it. And like this is from Sorjonen, and that was really, really something that we never had before understood, that, okay, what kind of effect does to the user experience have when you start to personalize a little elements within in your website. And kind of like the results what we got was really interesting, because we started to understand, okay, how does different clusters or segments react to different kind of pictures. And this was really important part of the internal selling part, so that we had some kind of information, how did customers relate to this kind of different new technology. And obviously when we saw tell them that the minutes grew by 2.3% and conversion, so that people went and even looked more different kind of content. People are, oh yeah, we want to have more that kind of things. So that was not about the product, that was about internal selling. The implementation part was hard, because we needed to have a lot of pictures. And it's easy to do with one kind of show, but then when you have the whole process, how TV shows come to Arena and how it's published in Arena, that's kind of like fixed system. So it's really hard to like say that, okay, we want to own this part of that process. So what we did that, okay, how could we help that process? What are the parts that, if we want to have like 9 different pictures, how can we do it? And obviously we remembered our idea that creativity is human and efficiency is computational. So we put the AI in production, and we said that, okay, go and look for best pictures from like the show, and let human decide what are the best pictures, and let the human do a little like affecting on top of it. And which led to the part that we could create any kind of images of any kind of shows within 8 minutes. And that kind of led, which is really interesting part, is that actually led to the thing that our own people who were working who were the ones that were creating these pictures, they started to do even better pictures that they did beforehand, because they had the option that they could rely on the images created by the machine, or they could kind of like create images by themselves. So we had time, and we started to think that, okay, time is going further, we are getting really good results, what's happening there, what could we do more? And then we started to think that, okay, what happens if we make those images move? And again, machines can do this part, but humans can decide what are really good of these trailers. And what happened was that we even could get even better results compared to still pictures from the trailers for the conversion part and for the minutes part. So that was really interesting part, that you just let the idea develop at the same time within the development team. And you all the time use the customers as like a bouncing wall, that, okay, we have this, would this kind of idea work? What would you like from this kind of idea? And then we just implement it. And that's kind of the creative process, how we do stuff. And this is still something, the idea is still something that we're all the time working on. How could we leverage more from the computational power of machines, and how could we leverage the part that humans are really creative? 3 points, what we should always do: make it possible, give time and give money for the right people and the right teams, create psychological safety, let the craziest ideas come in the surface, and really you shouldn't ever take anything seriously, because most likely you're going to fail. And that's kind of the part that I want to end my speech today, and thank you all.